Hi guys. So you may have seen the title of this video already because I know what I'm going to name it, and you're kind of questioning what's going on, what's happening here. Wes is always so happy. Wes is always doing this sort of stuff, and this is the video telling you that I am indeed a real person with flaws. I know, shocking. None of you saw it coming. I'm kidding. Yeah, so I wanted to chat with you guys a little bit because I've had a lot of people coming to me recently and telling me that they're experiencing a lot of the same issues as me, and I've never really opened up about it to anybody, and that's an issue. It's definitely an issue. Guys, I have depression. Man, that was really tough to say out loud. Yeah, I don't really talk about it to anybody. Yeah, I have depression, and I've had it since I was a kid. Yeah, I've had it my whole life. I was bullied when I was younger, and it was something that I dealt with. And I never really talked to anybody about it because I was the oldest. I was the oldest kid. I was supposed to be taking care of other people. No one was supposed to be taking care of me. So I never really brought it up. People knew that I was sad and things like that, but they never really knew that I was depressed. And I used video games as a coping mechanism, and here I am. So I know that comes as a weird shock to a lot of you guys because I maintain this very happy personality all the time. And, something that really sparked me being able to open up about stuff like this was the passing of my grandfather. And, that is something that really, really hit me hard. And I can admit that. And, he was a very special person in my life. He was, it was what I wanted to grow up to be. And that was, a good dad. And a good husband that was loved by everyone who met him. And that's kind of the person I aspired to be. That's who I looked up to growing up. I contemplated not making this video, not making this vlog, and not bringing any of this up. But I felt like at the end of the day, it was good for me to bring up because not only is it showing you that, yes, I am indeed a real person and not a robot. Shane, I'm not a Terminator from the future. At least as far as I know. I'm just like you guys. I've got wants, desires, things like that, and I've also got I'm a goofball on the internet, but I have also got my flaws. I got my downsides, and one of them is that I do in fact have depression. Just as an example, I went to a LARP event today. It's not actually a LARP. It was just meeting up with a group of people, and I was very, very anxious because my friends who invited me ended up not going, but I decided to go because I wanted to see how I could interact with people, because it's very hard for me to meet new people. Unless I'm specifically introduced to somebody, it's very, very hard for me to go out on my own into public and be like, hi, I'm Wes, nice to meet you, random stranger, you look interesting, want to have a conversation. I don't think I've ever done that in my entire life. I think I've always been introduced to people. Yeah, I think I've always been introduced to people, or people have just come up and been like, I love your hair. And I'm like, your hair looks cool too. Because cosplay community, everyone's hair is crazy colors and stuff. And it's a fun conversation starter. It's easy. So I've never really been that person that just is able to be like, hey, hello there, would you like to go on a date with me? Yeah, I've never done that. That's weird to me. I've been introduced to people at parties and been like, that's literally how I've dated anybody. Is someone has been like, hey, Wes, you should meet so-and-so. And then so-and-so is like, hi, Wes, pleasure to meet you. What are you into? Nerd stuff? And they're like, I love nerd stuff too. And I'm like, hey, would you want dinner? In the situations that I'm referring to, they said yes, and then we dated. Another thing that's kind of been bringing me down a little bit is that Taylor and I unfortunately broke up. It's not something I really was going to bring up in this video, but I feel like, there was a lot of stuff that was going on this year, with my grandfather, things like that, and, she's amazing. She's a great person. We're still very, very good friends. I just saw her. She literally just texted me. We're still extremely good friends, and I very much care about her. We were 3,000 miles away, and it was long distance, so it was hard to make work. That being said, we're still going to cosplay stuff together, so don't get depressed, cosplay fans out there. We're still going to do our stuff. So yeah, with the Defy Media stuff, all that in a bundle. We'll just package that up and throw it outside and shoot it with a flamethrower. With my grandfather passing, the new year starting, there were a couple other things that I won't really bring up, and then the breakup, which was it was a thing I think was healthy for both of us because it was just too hard to maintain the relationship while being 3,000 miles away. It's been a hard 2019, and I know a lot of you are also struggling with a lot of stuff too, and I just wanted to come out and say that it's okay. It's okay to be struggling with stuff. You don't you don't get better at stuff by succeeding every time. You get better at things by failing and by struggling. Struggling makes you stronger. And that's why, if you have somebody that has gone through life and literally had everything handed to them, when presented with an obstacle, they have a lot of trouble dealing with it. Whereas if you have somebody who goes through life and has a ton of obstacles, when they run into another obstacle, they're like, yeah, it's par for the course, I got this. So yeah, I kind of wanted to make this video to just say that, yeah, it's okay to go through stuff. It's okay to have these kind of issues. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to, every day does not have to go so perfectly, like, oh my God, this is great, I got 7 promotions today. It's okay to not have that happen. Like, it doesn't mean you are any less special. It just means that, the world is testing you, and that's okay. The world tests you to make you stronger and have you prepared for the future. Not saying that the future is going to be full of obstacles, but the obstacles that come will seem like speed bumps in comparison. Just food for thought, my random stuff. I don't even know if I'm making sense right now. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that you're not alone. I go through stuff too. Some days it's real hard to get out of bed, and that's okay. I'm dealing with that, and I had a good friend talk to me and be like, hey man, like, are you doing okay? Like, I see you haven't been streaming as much. I apologize, I haven't been streaming as much. I won't lie to you, streaming takes a lot of energy, especially when you're going through this kind of stuff. Big props to the streamers who can do streaming for 8 hours a day, every day. Like, I know Damien has been doing an amazing job streaming. He's killing it, which is awesome. So if you haven't already, go watch Damien on Twitch. He's amazing. He's hilarious. He's one of my, I would consider closest friends. Go watch him. Go subscribe. Go help him out. Support him. Do it, like right now. Like, why are you still here? I'm actually mad at you now. Go, at least follow his page. Open up a new tab. All right, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Go open up a new tab. I want you to go and follow Damien on Twitch. There's a link in the description, so pause the video. Yeah, pause the video right now. Go to the description, click on Damien's Twitch link, and follow at least. And if you have the means, subscribe. Okay, cool. Now that you've done that, we'll get back to talking. So yeah, please feel free to reach out to me. Comment below. I try and look through as many and read as many of the comments as I possibly can. I try and be a support structure for people. I love being that person. I realized not too long ago, actually, talking with Taylor, actually, that I ignore my own feelings and try and take care of other people's feelings because, I think I like taking care of other people because then it means I get to ignore everything that's going on in my life. And it was just talking with Taylor. She didn't tell me that or anything. It was just talking with Taylor that made me realize that. I ignore a lot of my issues to try and take care of other people. And when I don't have somebody to take care of, it's when a lot of this stuff spirals for me, which is weird because, now I don't have a roommate anymore. I'm living on my own. Damien might be moving in, actually, which would be a lot of fun. That would be really, really cool. Doing cosplay parts. Anyway, getting off topic. But yeah, so guys, it's okay to live with this stuff. It is okay to ask for help. It's something that I am notoriously bad at, is asking for help with, especially with this sort of stuff. I'll ask for help if it's like, hey, look, I've never made this type of prop before. What do you think I should use as materials? Like cosplay stuff, I ask for help all the time, mainly because, I grew up, I never learned how to sew even. I learned kind of how to build stuff because I figured it out on my own. I loved Legos. But yeah, it's okay to ask for help. It is okay. It does not make you any less of a person. It does not make you any less special. It does not make you any less accomplished. You know, asking for help can be the hardest thing that people do. It takes a really strong person to be able to admit that they can't do it themselves and that they need help. It is okay to ask for help. It is okay to ask for advice. It is okay to be sad. It is a human emotion. It happens to literally everyone. If someone is never sad ever, they are one of two things: insane or a liar. And I will admit, I was the second one. I was the liar. I tried to pretend to always be happy so that I never burdened my friends with what was actually going on in my life. And the few times that I did break down and talk to people about it, you know, they gave me some really good advice, namely Mari. I talk to Mari a lot. She's a really good friend. And I've talked to Mari a lot about some of my issues, not all of them, but she's always given me very good advice. So thank you very much, Mari. I love you. This video is literally just, it's okay to be yourself. It is okay to get sad. It is okay to be you. And it's okay for me to be me. I probably should ask for help a little bit more, but you know, that's something I got to work on. Everyone's got to work on something with themselves. Guys, I want to just say thank you so much for watching this video. And this is a very different thing for me to post on my channel. And I've never really done this kind of real talk with you guys before. And I hope that this has inspired you to just, you know, be you. It's okay to get down every once in a while. The important thing is that you pick yourself back up. Or have others help you get back up. That's why people are your friends. That's why, you know, people are your family. Whatever you're going through in life, just know that there's always going to be somebody there. And if you can't seem to find anybody, please comment, message me on Twitter, on Instagram. I try and respond as much as I possibly can. I try and read through the comments. You guys are amazing. I really love you all. Thank you so much for watching this video. A little bit more of a downer than the normal videos we post. We try and be silly and funny and give you guys a place to be yourselves and just goof around and be silly with us. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.